you. Water, ice, plate and forks. Seriously? Service with a smile.
Some things should just be standard. RevVoice has 17 standard calling features. Cut the blue wire. Get RevVoice, save money.
No comment from Butler Turner on what she dubbed as pettiness in the F&M. Leslie Miller may no longer be at BEC, but one union leader once again hitting out at the former chairman. An update on the displaced families following the demolition of their homes in the community last week, plus top female golfers from around the world tee off on Paradise Island. We've got those stories and much more tonight. I'm Kyle Joaquin, and NB12 starts now. Topping news tonight, Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner said she doesn't have anything to say regarding pettiness in the Free National Movement. She told NB12 as much after she was asked about the controversy surrounding Senator Lanisha Rolls' remarks that some F&M MPs are jealous of their party leader and the country would not support Butler Turner as Prime Minister. Well, several members of the party have spoken out against and in support of Rolle, but Butler Turner said today her attention is focused more so on the problems facing the country. Dana Smith reports.
Butler Turner was limited in her remarks regarding the firestorm surrounding Senator Rolle's controversial comments. Butler Turner said she's instead focused on the issues affecting the nation.
I really do not have any comments at this time with regards to any pettiness that is going on within my party. My approach is truly one of national approach, and that is what I will stay on. Obviously, that is all I really have to offer in that regard.
Senator Rolle had said some F&M MPs are jealous of the favor Minnis has with the masses and accused them of misusing their positions of power for self-serving interests. And any member of the party who chooses to challenge Minnis will fail in any dishonorable approach. Her comments were condemned by several members of the F&M who called for her to apologize, but there were also those who supported her remarks. Well, Butler Turner told NB12 today she's more concerned about getting this incompetent Christie administration out of office.
I believe that in the mix of all of this, that we have a country that is spiraling downward socially, economically, and otherwise, and in the whole scheme of things, my most important job right now is to try and get this PLP and its inept, incompetent, delusional government out of office.
Butler Turner's comments come after Central Grand Bahama MP Nico Grant demanded Rolle apologize for her unprovoked attack. He said in the House of Assembly, "I can no longer remain silent," and denied he is in any way jealous or envious of Dr. Hubert Minnis. On Monday, F&M founding father Maurice Moore said he fully supports Rolle and her comment. That same day, however, former Deputy Prime Minister Frank Watson said Rolle had no sense and her appointment as senator was a mistake. Former Senator Heather Hunt has said Rolle should apologize. Former State Minister of the Environment Fenton Nemore questioned Rolle's ability to represent the F&M in the Senate, while Central and South Abaco MP Edison Key said he supports Rolle and her comments. Minnis did not address the matter directly, only commenting in a statement on Tuesday that the party does not support any criticisms from anyone that would damage the reputation of its parliamentarians and senior party members. F&M Chairman Michael Pintar told our news team yesterday he is confident the party will work out the disagreements, but would not say whether Rolle will be asked to apologize. For her part, Rolle's last comment on the matter came on Sunday when she said she stands by what she said. Reporting for NB12, I'm Dana Smith.
President of the Bahamas Electrical Utility Managerial Union, Clinton Minnis, is blasting former BEC Chairman Leslie Miller for his repeated claims that he would be returning to BEC as chairman after the next general election. Minnis asserted that he doesn't think that is likely to happen because most workers at BEC view Miller as nothing more than a bully and a union hater. Simone Davis reports.
Minnis said before making promises that he would return to BEC as chairman next year, Leslie Miller should answer the question as to why was he removed from BEC and sent to the Water and Sewerage Corporation while the entire managerial staff at BEC remained the same. Minnis also said as far as he's concerned, while Miller was the chairman at BEC, he was just known as a bully and the company failed to grow under him.
Mr. Miller's, and he went to Water and Sewage with the same brash attitude against workers. He's a union hater, okay? Ms. Donna Smith has a more reasonable spirit. This is a season for reasoning. You can see it all over this country. We need to reason. We don't need anybody hating. And that's why the government had to move him. We cannot go through a transition with a bully.
As Miller was transferred from BEC to Water and Sewerage last October, he announced that his time at BEC is not over because there's so much more that needs to be done. Minnis, who referred to Miller as Mr. Blackout, said during Miller's tenure as chairman at BEC, there have been more blackouts than ever before, and the company has...
Mr. Miller's claim to overtime, he may have put a dent in it because he pushed some people into a fair corner, but the corporation suffered. That's why we had more load shedding under Mr. Miller, we had more blackout under Mr. Miller, we had less maintenance that was strategic under Mr. Miller. So what do you want? You want reliability and quality of service, or you want a fella trying to save a couple dollars to keep some behemoths or a couple dollars to make himself look good? We're still making overtime because we have to prepare for the demand of every season.
He also noted that the former chairman often bragged that overtime payment to BEC employees was greatly reduced while he was chairman. Minnis said that's nothing to brag about because as many blackouts that occurred under Miller, employees had to work overtime and had to be paid. Minnis added that the only way he sees Miller coming back to BEC is if he's fully supported by the current government and the opposition.
I can only say that Mr. Miller has misused his term on the backs of the Bahamian people. Right? I wish to say that Mr. Miller, mind you, outside of all that brashness, when you talk to him, he's a kind of okay guy. He just have this hate for unions, right? So if the opposition supports Mr. Miller, if the government supports Mr. Miller, or Power Secure supports Mr. Miller, then that's the only way I can see Mr. Miller returning to BEC. But I can tell you, he did get shock in BEC, and he gone to Water and Sewage, and they tell me they can flush him.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Simone Davis.
The three teens accused of murdering 17-year-old Doris Johnson High School student Adonai Wilson claimed that they are being mistreated at Her Majesty's prison. Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt has pledged to investigate the matter. The teens, ages 15, 16, and 18, claim they found shards of glass in their food, and one claims that the victim's father, who is an officer at the prison, deliberately shone a flashlight in his eyes. In the courtroom yesterday, the magistrate also addressed claims that the accused were being interfered with at the prison. She told the victim's family that if the claims were true, they should let the law take its course. But this isn't the first time the three accused have complained of treatment at the prison. Just after Christmas, the teens had complained of being given crackers and Tampico juice as their Christmas meal. Adonai Wilson was stabbed to death on December 9th, just feet away from his school. A video said to be of the incident made the rounds shortly after on social media. Well, 1 week after losing everything, members of the Ambassador Chorale are left literally picking up the pieces and trying to move on. Managing Director Reverend Michael Bullard is still living on the property and describes the entire ordeal as a nightmare.
It's been rough. A lot of people have been coming in very inquisitive, viewing what was done. A lot of people are angry. And our biggest responsibility now is to have people understand not to lose focus. It's hard for us too. not to lose focus, to see everything that you've worked so hard for just go right up in one bulldozer, and it's a big joke.
Last week, tractors rolled into the community and tore down the homes after it was discovered that the property on which the Ambassador Corral homes sit was actually Crown land. The Corral built the homes to shelter less fortunate families. Bullard says the women and children have been secured in the homes of volunteers and in motels, but the men are still living in abandoned vehicles on property. The children who watched everything get destroyed right before their eyes were in need of counseling but are still continuing their schooling.
We've been counseling them, we've been working with them, not so much myself, but a lot of pastors have been coming in, as you see, and persons in counseling have been talking with the children on a one-on-one basis and working with them, but we've been foundating them to understand that the afflictions of persons who serve Christ is many, so prepared to see it.
Bullard says he was shocked by the response of the public, with some even calling the group a cult, but most coming to show support and lend a helping hand.
The calls are overwhelming. The calls are, it never stops. The calls, the people that are coming and the promises, it's just amazing. What is most comforting is people come themselves to see, and they see where we can and what we could do, and they put out their full support there. As it pertains to donations, it's slow. The food is the hardest. Water is, well, they destroyed all of the wells, the natural wells.
You're watching the best in Bahamian News. There's more when NB12 returns.